So I smoked weed pretty early. Immediately, it was just like fuck that. I'm smoking pot.
That's pretty good.
And I my first time getting caught, my parents were mad, and my dad was like like mad, very mad. But I was kind of like, what the fuck, like. Seems way too mad right now. It was.
Did you get caught by them or the police?
Pretty much red-handed by them. They went off to go like ski for the weekend, and I was like, I'm not feeling so good. I'm just gonna stay behind.
Classic move. Classic teenage move.
Yeah. So they went, and I think my dad immediately was like that fucking, like he was like shit stank. He was like, you're not sick. Like this has been a plan of yours. And it was. Then a couple friends came over and we smoked a big old bong on the floor. And my dad.
That's pretty dumb.
I think my dad, I didn't even notice, but I think they took both cars. And so my dad was like, all right, you guys go skiing. I'm going to pretend to leave. And he turned around and came back.
Oh,
like 5 hours later, I think he went up and skied for the morning and then like drove back. Because he was just like, something's not right. So he caught me red-handed, and I was grounded immediately. And then he went off to work that like Monday or something. I think I had like a Monday off. Anyway, I don't really know why he was at work, but I was at home. So I was like, okay, I'm going to clean his cars.
Okay.
He has his car, and then he has this like he still has this car from high school.
Okay.
Which is like a 1969 Oldsmobile.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and he bikes to work every day. So he like left all that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna like try to get my grounding less by doing all these chores.
Yeah.
So I push the Oldsmobile out to clean it, and I do the outside, and then I go to do the inside, and I notice there's like a cereal box underneath the driver's seat. And I take out the cereal box and I pull out what's in there, and there's a full ounce of pot underneath my dad's driver's seat. So I was immediately like, fucking busted. Like, I was like, you fucking just caught me. I just caught you, you idiot.
You motherfucker.
And I had never seen that amount of weed in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I was normal. I was used to like paying some douchebag like $20 for like half a gram.
Right,
and him being like,
right.
here's an eighth. You know, like. I was like, never seen. It was an ounce is a good amount of weed.
Yeah.
Pretty big, especially when you haven't seen it before.
Yeah,
It's
it
crazy.
was full Ziploc bag. And so my play was I just took it. I just was like,
because it's like, what are you gonna do?
I just took it, and I remember he got home, and I was like, hey, I cleaned your cars for you. And I remember him being like, just like, whoa. No. He's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. And he didn't say anything, and I was kind of like, yeah, that's right. Like,
Gotcha, motherfucker.
You don't say anything.
This is fucking House of Cards.
Yeah. We were both playing the Game of Thrones with each other. It was like, the dagger is at your throat now, Father. The kingdom is mine. But so then what happened was we kind of had like this stalemate for a couple nights, and my mom had like a book group. So she went off to book group, and my dad came up to my room and was like, go grab my pot. And he
just admitted, he's like, I know what you did.
With the fucking bullshit.
He just was like, go grab my pot and come downstairs. And I go downstairs, and he's on the living room table. He's got a pipe laid out and a lighter, and he's got and my brother was there too. He's got 3 glasses of scotch poured out. I take the pot and I put it there, and he's like, so you're not grounded anymore, basically. He's like, all right, fair enough. And then we smoked, all 3 of us smoked a bowl together. And it was kind of like, if we're going with the Game of Thrones thing, we formed like an alliance that night, like against my mom. He was like, all right, there is a drawer in my studio. Like he had a studio on the other side of our yard. And he's like, there's a drawer in my studio where you can just open it, and there's going to be weed in there. You can take whatever you want from there. Don't buy weed. He's like, don't want you guys buying weed from people. I will get. Yeah, he was like, I'll buy weed for you. He's like, you can smoke pot. Don't be an idiot. He's like, this is the thing he said. He's like, he's like, give weed a good name. Like he's like, if you're gonna smoke weed, like be productive. And like that's what he does. He always like smokes pot and then like takes himself on these death marches.
A bother if he's angry and mad or an absentee lad. No matter what kind you had, here's fuck you, Dad.